Hi, this is Mohammed Sadiq. In this session, we'll learn about how do we create a histogram chart. Now, what is a histogram chart? Histogram chart is a chart which is used to check how the data is being spread within the ranges of numeric values. Okay, let us see practically how do we do it. So we are using this particular sample superstore data. So in this, we can see that we have the data of the orders. And when the customer has placed the order, in every order, customer will purchase the number of quantities. Okay, so we generally see that, okay, the customers here has placed the orders from ranging from quantity 1 to the quantity 14. Okay, so that means what we understand here is whenever the customer places an order, they specify the number of quantities they are purchasing. So we are with the help of this filter, we can come to know, like, we have the customers placing with one order, two order, three orders. We don't have any kind of a fractional orders here. So and again, we don't buy, customer doesn't buy any product in a half of laptop, half of pen or something. So it is the number of quantities are there. Okay, now what I want to do is analysis is I want to know how many orders were placed with a single quantity. How many orders were placed with two quantities? How many orders were placed with three quantities? How many orders were placed with four, five, respectively? So I want to do this particular analysis. So that is where exactly the histogram is being used. So in the histogram charts, what exactly we do is we create the bins. So bin is nothing but small groups. Okay, so I can create a bin of size, say 2 or 5 or 10 or whatever it is. Since we have a lesser values 1 to 14, so I would like to create a bin of single quantity, say quantity 1, 2, 3, and then I want to know, like, how many orders were placed with one quantity, two quantity, respectively. So what is that I will do here is, let me go to my data. Let me go to my data here. And we have this quantity. Is it first I need to create the groups, which we generally call it as bins. So just right click on that quantity and we have this new group. I'll just click on the new group. This is, you can see Power BI has automatically sensed the minimum value in that group is 1 and the maximum value is, okay, 14. And we can see the size also is given as 1. You can define the size. Size of 5 means 0 to 5, 5 to 10. Okay, so something like, 10 to 14, it creates it. I say, no, I want to create a group with 1. So let me go over this and I'll just say, okay. As soon as I say okay, you can see a new field gets created with the name as quantity bins. Okay, and with the bin sizing of 1 each. So you can see a new column is being created called as quantity bins, and you can see a new field is also being created over here as quantity bins. Fine. Now, based on this one, we'll just create a simple bar chart. So for that, I will just go to my visualization. Okay, so let me add a new page. Okay, so now what I will do, I'll just take a simple bar chart here. Sorry, I need to go to insert. I need to go to the insert for creating the chart. So in the insert, I will just take a simple bar chart. So you can, this particular, what you say, the histogram charts can be either represented as a bar chart or even it can be represented as a, what you say, the line chart, area chart, anything. So generally used as a bar chart. Now, in this bar chart, we have x-axis and y-axis. So generally, x-axis is dimension and y-axis is measures. Okay, we have studied about this in the previous videos while creating, how do we create a bar chart. So now what I will do here is I want to, in the x-axis, instead of using a dimension, I'll create the bins what I created. So that is, I created a bin called as quantity. So which was named as quantity bin. You can see here. So this is nothing but a small groups what we have created from the quantity, which is called as quantity bins. So I'll be using this one. I'll just select the quantity bins as my x-axis. Okay, I've selected the quantity bin as my x-axis and y-axis. So y-axis, I just say I want to take the order ID. Okay, so I can just take, say, order ID as, and I can say it's a count of order IDs. So you can see what is a histogram chart is being created. So now we can see that, okay, we have this particular, we can see almost the orders which is placed with single quantity. We have almost 899, that is 900 quantities. So we have, what I say, orders which is having two quantities or three quantities. We have almost 2400 plus. Okay, so that means almost like 25%, 25%, 50% of the orders are placed with what you say 2 or 3 quantity, okay, in a single order. And you can see we have almost 10% with 1 quantity, and we see like 4 and 5, that is 1200, around another 25% with 4 and 5. So what is the analysis we get from here is, so you want to have the values, you can put a data labels here. So we can see that 900 pieces is sold with, orders are sold with a single quantity. Almost like 24 is 4800 orders. Okay, that is almost like 5000 orders. 50% of the orders are placed with 2 or 3 quantities. Okay, and we see that 4 and 5 is another 25%. So that means 50 plus 25 is 75, plus 10 is 85% of the, or what do you say, orders are placed with 5 or less than 5 quantity. And we see that 6, 7, 8 is something like another 1010 pieces. So remaining 5% is being sold with more than 10 or more quantity. So what we understand here is, so we have bulk buyers are very less. People buying more than 10 quantities are very, very low, and people buying with 2 and 3 is the maximum we have. Okay, so we can analyze it from this one is, okay, how we can promote for the people to buy 10 products. Okay, how do we give some kind of a promotional activity so that we can, the total number of quantities can be improved, the sales can be improved. So that is the analysis what we can get it with the help of the histogram chart.